Hi Junior 6, how are you? Follow the second part of the ratio. Application exercise on the ratio and its properties from the real life. First case. If we know the ratio between two quantities and the real value of one of them is given, then we can calculate the real value of the other number. Again, if we know the ratio between two quantities and the real value of one of them is given, then we can calculate the real value of the other one. Exercise as an example. If the ratio between two numbers is 7 to 5 and the first number is 490, find the second number. In the first, I put the ratio I have ratio between two numbers, so I write first to second, and I will under this the ratio 7 to 5. This is the ratio I have. What's the meaning of this ratio? This is not real numbers. This is a number in the simplest form, so it's represent two parts, not numbers. Again, that means every 7 parts in the first number equal I have 5 parts in the second number. Every 7 parts in the first number, I have 5 parts in the second number. These parts are equal parts. Each one part from this 7 equal the one part from this 5. So when I have 490 is the real number, is the real of the first number. 490 is the real of the first number. So the 7 parts representing the real by 490. 7 parts represent in the real by 490. So each one part represented by what? To find the one part represented by what, I divide 490 by 7. I divide 490 by 7 to get the value of one part. Okay? And these parts are equal. So when I get the value of one part, I'm multiplying it the number of parts in the second number to get the second number, the real of the second number. And to be easy, I will what? I will multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing. I will multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide it by the another number. Again, to be easy, I will multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide it by the third number. So the second number equal 490 times 5 over 7 equal 350. So it's be easy. Again, the first case, if we know the ratio between two quantities and I give the real value of one of them, I can calculate the real value of the other. I put the ratio and I put the real value under the ratio represent. So after that, we multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide the third number. The second case. If we know the ratio between two quantities and the real sum of them, then we can calculate the real value of each one. If we know the ratio between two quantities and the real sum of them, then we can calculate the real value of each other. Let's see Junior 6. In a primary school, the total number of the pupils is 540 pupils. If the ratio between the number of boys to the number of girls is 4 to 5, then calculate the number of boys and the number of girls. Now I have a ratio between number of boys and the number of girls. Don't forget the order is very important. So I write number of boys to the number of girls, 4 to 5. And I have the total number of pupils. The total number of pupils represent to what? To the total number of parts of the ratio. So I will sum or add the parts of the ratio, 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5 equal 9. Again, I have a total number of pupils in a school, and I have a ratio between boys and girls. So in the first, I write number of boys to the number of girls. Don't forget, the order is very important. Boys to girls. So boys to girls, 4 to 5. And I have in real what? I have the number of all the pupils, total. So I will get the total number of parts. So I add the number of parts, 4 and 5 will be 9. And I write under the sum of parts the real value of the sum, 540. So what I do? We multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing. I'm multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide it by the third number. So the number of boys for 540 times 4. This is the two number facing each other by crossing, 540 and 4, divided by 9. On a calculator, put it in a calculator, we'll get for 240 boys. And to get the number of girls, I multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing, 540 times 5 and divided by the third number, 9. 540 times 5 over 9 equals 300 girls. Important example. It's a very important example, Junior 6. If the perimeter of a rectangle is 32 centimeters and the ratio between its length to its width is 5 to 3, find each of its length and its width. Now I have the ratio between length and width. But what I have in the real? I have in the real the perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, so perimeter of rectangle equal what? Perimeter of rectangle equal length plus width times 2. So I have length plus width times 2. I have the sum of length and width times 2. So the sum of length and width equal perimeter over 2, or perimeter divide 2, equal 32 divide 2 equals 16. So 16, the real sum of length and width. So I have ratio between length and width, and I have a real sum. So I will get the sum of parts. So 5 plus 3 equal 8. And I put under the sum of parts the real sum, 16. And what I do, Junior 6? We multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide by the third number. So the length equal 16 times 5 over 8 equal 10 centimeter. And the width equal, also we multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide the third number. So 16 times 3 over 8 equals 6 centimeter. The third case, if we know the ratio between two quantities and the real difference between them is given, then we can calculate the real value of each one. The third case, if we know the ratio between two quantities and the real difference between them is given, then we can calculate the real value of each one. Exercise. If the ratio between Ahmed's weight to Mary's weight is 7 to 5, and the difference between their weights is 16 kilograms, find the weight of each of them. I have the ratio between Ahmed's weight and Mary's weight. But what I have in the real? I have in the real the difference. That means I subtract weight of Ahmed and the weight of Mary, and the answer will be 16 kilograms in the real. So Ahmed's weight to Mary's weight to difference 7 to 5, and I will subtract the parts of ratio. Because I subtract the real weights, I subtract the parts of ratio. So 7 minus 5 equal 2. And I put the difference or the real difference under the difference in parts. So what I do, Junior 6, Ahmed's weight, I multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divided the third number. So Ahmed's weight equals 16 times 7 over 2 equal 56 kilograms. And to get Mary's weight, I will multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide the third number. So 16 times 5 divide 2 equal 40 kilograms. Remember that I have words, a lot of words meaning the difference between the parts. What these words? Any word express the comparing. As what? As more than, increase, decrease, exceed, smaller than, shorter than, taller than, greater than, wider than, longer than, narrower than, and bigger than. Any word represented by a comparing between two quantities that mean difference. Now, I have ratio among three numbers. The same. First case. Calculate the ratio among three whole numbers. A triangular piece of land of side length 24 meter and 36 meter and 60 meter. Find the ratio among the three sides in the simplest form. I have a triangular piece of land and I have a length of the 3 sides, and I need to get the ratio among these 3 sides in the simplest form. So I put 24 meters and 36 meter and 60 meter. The 3 units the same. That means I cancelled the unit because I don't have a unit in the ratio. Now I have 3 numbers in the ratio, 24 to 36 to 60. So I thought 24 and 36 and 60 divisible by what? Yes, it's divisible by 6 because it results in table 6. So I divide each term by 6. 24 by 6 equal 4, and 36 by 6 equal 6, and 60 divide 6 equal 10. This is the simplest form, Junior 6? No, we can also divide it by 2. So 4 divided by 2 equal 2, and 6 divided by 2 equals 3, and 10 divided by 2 equal 5. Exercise number 2. Put the ratio among the numbers 2.1 and 0.49 and 1.4 in the simplest form. Now I have 3 decimal numbers. So what I do? I cancel the decimal point by multiplying 10 or 100 or 1000. The first number I have 1 place after the decimal point, and the second number I have 2 places after the decimal point, and the third number I have 1 place after the decimal point. So I multiply by 100. So 2.1 times 100 equal to 110, and 0.49 times 100 equal 49, and 1.4 times 100 equal 140. I have 3 numbers. I thought these 3 numbers divisible by what? I must divide the 3 numbers by the same number. So I have 21, 49, and 14 is divisible by 7. So 210 divided by 7 equals 30, and 49 divided by 7 equals 7, and 140 divided by 7 equals 20. And this is the second case, calculating the ratio among 3 mixed numbers. Put the ratio 1 1/4, 1 3/5, and 1 2/3 in the simplest form. I have the ratio among 3 mixed numbers. What I do? Firstly, convert from the mixed to fraction. Convert from the mixed number to fraction. What I do to convert? On a calculator, I put shift fraction, and I write 1 1/4 and equal. I will get the fraction. Again, on a calculator, shift fraction, and I put 1 1/4 and equal. I get the fraction represent to 1 1/4. And also shift fraction, and I put 1 3/5. I will get the fraction and equal, and I will get the fraction represent to it, and so on. So 1 1/4 represent by 5/4, and 1 3/5 represent by 8/5, and 1 2/3 represent by 5/3. Now I have 2 fractions. Ratio between 3 fractions. Ratio between 3 fractions. When I have a 2 fraction, what I do, Junior 6? I do crisscross. But in this case, it's difficult. So what I do? I multiplying the denominators in the fraction. So I multiply 4 times 5 times 3. I multiply 4 and 5 and 3. 4 times 5 times 3. 4 times 5, 20, times 3, 60. And I multiply each fraction by 60. So 5 over 4 times 60 equal 75. And 8 over 5 times 60 equal 96. And 5 over 3 times 60 equal 100. And these three numbers in its simplest form because I don't have a number divisible by it. So when I have three mixed numbers, firstly convert to fraction. Shift fraction on a calculator and I put it and equal, I will get the fraction. The second step, multiplying the denominators. 4 times 5 times 3 equals 60. And the result, multiplying by each fraction. So I multiply each fraction by 60. And I will get the whole numbers. The next exercise, calculate the ratio among 4,500 gram, 2.5 kilogram, and 7 kilogram. I put it in a ratio, in the form of a ratio. Now I have three quantities from the different unit. What I do, Junior 6? As usual, I looking for the smallest unit and keep it. So what's the smallest unit here? Yes, gram is the smallest unit. So I keep it 4,500 gram and convert kilogram to gram. To convert from kilogram to gram, multiplying by 1,000. So I keep it 4,500 gram and multiply 2.5 times 1,000. I will get 2,500 gram and multiply 7 by 1,000. I will get 7,000 gram. Now I have three quantities from the same unit, so I cancel the unit. And I will have three numbers. I have two zeros in the same in each number, so I cancel the two zeros and two zeros and two zeros. I will have 45 to 25 to 70. So divided by 5, I will get 9 to 5 to 14, and it's simplest form. The third case. Calculating the ratio among three numbers if the ratio between two of them is known. Okay, example. If A, B, and C are three numbers, where A to P 3 to 2, and B to C 5 to 7, find A to B to C. Firstly, I write A to B to C and A to B to C because I have three numbers, A and P and C. I have a ratio between A and P, right? So I write under A and P the ratio between them. So A to B 3 to 2. And I have a ratio between P and C. So under that, I write the ratio between P and C. 5 to 7. Now I need the common ratio between A and P and C. What I do to get the ratio common between the three numbers? I have the common ratio, the number common between the two ratios. This is the number P, right? So, to get the common ratio between the three numbers, I'm multiplying 2 times 5 get the ratio between common ratio between the two ratios, and multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing 5 times 3 and 2 times 7. Again, I have two ratios with the common number, common ratio. A to B, 3 to 2, and B to C, 5 to 7. I have the common number P, so I multiply 2 times 5. We'll get 10. So the ratio in P, 10. And multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing 5 times 3 and get 15. And multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing 2 times 7 equal 14. So the ratio between A and B and C, 15 to 10 to 14. Important example. It's a very important example. If the ratio of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 5 to 6 to 7, find the measures of its angles. I have a ratio between three angles in one triangle, but I don't have a real value, any real value. What I do? I know the very important information about the sum of measures of the angles inside the triangle. What's this information? The sum of measures of the angles equal 180 degrees. I know it. Right, Junior 6? So I have the sum. I have the real value of sum. So what I do? I get the sum of parts in the ratio. So I write first to second to third angle to sum. First to second to third, 5 to 6 to 7. And the sum of parts 5 plus 6 plus 7 equal 18. And I put under 18 the real value of the sum is 180 degree. Now it's easy. What I do to get the first angle, I multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing 180 times 5 and divide the third. So the first angle equal 180 times 5 over 18 equal 50 degree. And the second angle, I multiply the two numbers facing each other by crossing. So 180 times 6 over 18 equal 60 degree. And the third angle equal 180 times 7 over 18 equal 70 degree. The ratio of the weights of three persons is 3 to 2 to 5. The ratio of the weights of the three persons is 3 to 2 to 5. Is the difference between the weights of the first one and the third one is 20 kilogram. Find the weight of each one. Again, the ratio of the weights of three persons, 3 to 2 to 5. So I have the ratio between the first person and the second person and the third person. If the difference between the weight of the first and the weight of the second. So I write first to second to third, and I have a difference. The real value is a difference, so I write to the difference. And I write the ratio 3 to 2 to 5. But now I have a difference between what? First and third. So I subtract first and third. The biggest minus the smallest. So 5 minus 3 equal 2. This is the difference in parts between the first and third. And I write under this the difference in real between the first and third is 20 kilogram. Easy, Junior 6? Now what I do to get the first, I'm multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing and divide the third. So the weight of the first, 20 times 3 over 2 equals 30 kilogram. The second equal what? Yes, multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing. 20 times 2 over 2 equal 20 kilogram. And the third, the weight of the third, what I do? Yes, multiplying the two numbers facing each other by crossing. 20 times 5 over 2 equal 50 kilogram. I'm finished Junior 6, and I wish you understood this lesson and solving your homework and follow me. Good luck and goodbye.